In this video, we are going to be looking at AMC's charts and what to expect in terms of support and resistance lines. So let's get right into it. We are looking at the 3-year 1-week chart for AMC. And I'm basically, like I said in the intro, I'm just going to be breaking down what I can see in terms of support and resistance lines that we can expect the stock to hit on the way up, or unfortunately, if and whenever that happens, on the way down. So first of all, again, 3-year 1-week chart. Let's look at what the Fibonacci retracements are going to be telling us. So the high for 3 years is $20.07, and then the low is $1.91. So Fibonacci retracements are basically natural lines of support and resistance. For whatever reason, stocks follow these numbers and these patterns. And as you can see on this stock, it is no exception. So let's extend those to the left. And as you can see, these green lines are basically acting as channels for the stock, as well as natural lines of support and resistance. And at the moment, so it is Tuesday right now, March 9th, and we technically closed at 10:50. But if you are familiar with what's going on in the stock right now, is last time I checked, it's at like 11 and change. For a couple of reasons. One, there is new short interest data that is coming out. We do expect that to be at a greater interest than what it was. Basically, we're just expecting more short interest exposure, which obviously is good news for those of us that are looking to short squeeze the stock. The next bit of news coming out for Amazon is the fact that earnings are tomorrow after hours. And, a lot of people are looking at this stock for a reopening play. So they are expecting maybe not necessarily good numbers, but more or less good guidance. How about that? Taking a look right here at the 3-year chart, we can see that $11.31 appears to be a natural line of support and resistance. You can see we touched it back here a little bit. We were riding along here maybe like a year and a half ago. And as I mentioned, we are in this area at the moment of after hours. So that's basically what I wanted to show you guys. As far as like the support, if we do break below where we currently are, we can look at $9, which is where we were trading for basically yesterday, as well as like the last couple days of last week. We were hovering around that $9 mark, finally broke above it. And now our next level of resistance should be 1130 or thereabout. So if we zoom in a little closer, let's take a peek at the 1-year, 1-day chart. And if we redraw the Fibonacci retracements, because that's how these things work, they are timetable dependent. But for the most part, they are about the same on every timetable. So it's literally just like cents that they're off by. So as you can see, we zoom in on basically what has been happening over the past month or two. It is using this 1113 line as resistance, and it was basically just bouncing in between here and there. Now, the one thing that I wanted to note on this chart specifically is we have a golden cross. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with that, this blue line right here is the 50-day moving average, and this green line, which is a little bit hard to see with the Fibonacci retracements, this green line is the 200-day moving average. So what happens is when the 50-day moving average, which is the blue line, and it's below the 200-day moving average, when that crosses the 200-day moving average, that's known as the golden cross, which is basically a bullish signal for the stock. The opposite of that would be a death cross, and that's, you guessed it, when the 200 crosses the 50-day moving average. Luckily, we don't have that here. So that happened basically beginning of March. And if I had to guess, that is because earnings is coming up. Short interest is getting a little bit larger as we speak for whatever reason. I don't really know who's still thinking shorting this stock is a good idea. So that is definitely a good thing to note. But as you can see, this 1113 level is definitely a sign of resistance. Now, granted, I don't know where we're going to open tomorrow. If I had to guess, we're going to open above 11 if I had to guess. And if that is the case, that's a great sign. because it closed at 1050, and that's quite the move. And for it to stay above 11, specifically like 11.13 or thereabouts, then not only does it have the $11 price point as a line of support, but it also has like the 11.13, 11.15 Fibonacci retracement line as a line of support as well. So if we zoom in a little bit closer, let's take a peek at the 180-day chart just to sort of really see what's going on here. Again, redrawing the Fibonacci retracements because these are always nice and helpful. If I can get the prices right, there we go. I'm not really going to extend it all the way to the left because we're not really interesting, because all of these points are pretty much below it. And as you can see, if I was just to draw in this price point right here at or around $8, we hit $8 back in end of August, and we hit it right here. And then if we zoom in, that is the blue line that we were pretty much riding last week, or two weeks ago, and then last week, and then we finally broke above it, and we are currently trading up here. So as far as like tomorrow goes, because it's earnings, it is a little bit unpredictable because we don't know what they're going to say. We don't know what the earnings will be. Normally, for normal stocks, on the day of their earnings, they really don't do much because it's basically it's just waiting for news. So it is rare that stocks move. However, AMC is not a normal stock, so I could definitely see it running into earnings. I wouldn't be surprised if it stays above 11 at open tomorrow. I would not. If you told me that the stock would end up hitting like $13 before market close tomorrow, I literally wouldn't be shocked. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I can definitely see it happening because of the momentum in this stock, as well as just everybody rallying around it. But yeah, as far as tomorrow goes, I'm not personally expecting the stock to move a whole lot, considering it has been moving in the after hours. Let's see where it currently is. Let's just do a peek at the 5-day, 5-minute chart. Look at that. This is today, Tuesday, March 9th. You can see that we broke above this 1104 line. We hit a high of 1180 and we came back, and now we are riding this 1104 line. So again, I would look for the stock to open above 11 tomorrow. If that is the case, then we should be using that $11 price point as a solid line of support. And if you guys liked this video, let me know. Feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. I will be making another video tomorrow evening, probably posting around the same time, because I'm just going to be breaking down AMC's earnings, what they said. I'm going to take a peek at the charts, see what it did, and we're going to go from there. So as always, I will see you guys next video.